Hi, and welcome to First Impressions, where I give you the gist of a car spec sheet and some interesting bits you might want to consider before buying it. This is a bit of a unique car, this one, the new Tata Punch. But the more I get to know the car, the more difficult it gets to recommend it. You're gonna know why in a few minutes, so without further ado, let's get to it. Tata raised a bunch of eyebrows when it released the concept of a micro SUV in 2020, which later became the Punch. Although calling it an SUV is a bit of a stretch. It was showcased as a rugged off-roader, what with the skid plates and the roof racks. Props to Tata here because the final car actually resembles the concept. But that also means there's a lot of expectations riding on this car. Pun intended. It's built on the same platform as the Altras, so naturally it inherits the 5-star safety rating. Let's start with the visuals. The Punch looks like someone tried to force a hatchback's body over an SUV. It looks compact but still kind of beefy. It has stylish LED DRLs and headlights below, although you do not get the fog lights in the base variant. In fact, you don't get a bunch of things in the base variant. It comes with a lot of black cladding all around the car, which will give you an SUV kind of feel. Looking at its profile, you might find some things missing. The door handles on the back are placed on the side of the door. It has funky 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels and pretty good ground clearance. Tata did make some effort to make the car drive better off-road, suspension-wise and in handling traction. As you can see, it performs pretty good in the off-road track, but this track was designed with this specific car in mind, so take it with a grain of salt. It's not a classic off-roader by any means, but it can take on small to medium obstacles. Well, that is if you're brave enough. From the back, it looks aggressive with all its lines and curves, and here is where it gets its distinctive styling, different from Tata's other models. I especially like the taillights. Of course, another thing with the car is the tri-arrow theme. If you like it, well, good news, because the designers went bonkers and slapped this thing absolutely everywhere, even while designing the hole for the horn. It comes with a bunch of color options depending on the variant, of course, and I think the tropical mist looks brilliant with the black accents. Stepping inside the Punch, it's a very clean setup. It's not the most luxurious dash, it's more on the minimalistic side. You don't get all the bells and whistles, it's more of a necessary features only to keep the price down, which is important, especially in this segment. It has a 7-inch floating display with no physical buttons. The driving seat is height adjustable so you get a better view of the road, and it also has tilt steering. It has sufficient space in the back for two, but it's not going to be a particularly good experience because it doesn't have rear AC vents, USB ports, cup holders, and also no sunroof. Let's get to the performance. Now, when a car is named Punch, you expect the engine to have some oomph. Unfortunately, here is where the Punch is a letdown with a 1.2-litre 3-cylinder Revertron engine putting out 84 bhp and 113 torque. At first glance, it looks like it does have more power than its competitors like the Nissan Magnite and the Renault Kiger, but those competitors come with turbo options which are better. So the Punch really doesn't pack a punch. Now, Tata could have added a turbo, but they didn't because then it would be dangerously close to the Nexon, and they did not want to lose the Nexon money. I think that's a mistake, but that's how it is. It does have a 5-speed manual and an AMT version, but you will be better off with the manual, as is the case in most cars, and you save 60 grand. It also has good fuel efficiency, so it won't burn a hole in your pants every time you refuel the 37-litre tank. This also, like the Aster, doesn't have a diesel engine version. Link in the description if you want to check out the MG Aster video. The standout feature of the Tata Punch, I think, is its safety, and rightly so. That is its tagline. Some other features are idle stop-start, different drive modes, well, 2, automatic climate control, cruise control, and a good sound system. If you're digging its looks and you don't mind the lack of power, you could go for it. But the reason I said it's hard to recommend is because Tata might release a turbo-powered version in 2022. And also, if you want to jump on the EV bandwagon, it also plans to launch the electric version of the Punch, and that would make it the only EV in its segment. For now, if you are planning to buy it, the variants range from 5.5 lakh to 9.1 lakh ex-showroom price, with some custom packs. Spending anything close to 9 lakhs doesn't make a lot of sense because there are better options for that price. For example, the previously mentioned cars. If you really want the design features in the expensive variants, don't forget there are always aftermarket parts available for a lesser price. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, you know what to do. Subscribe for more content and let me know if there's anything you would like a video on, and would love to hear any feedback. Bye.